Orit's Kitchen. My name is Orit, and we are going to make something that a lot of you guys have been requesting, and it's called Tachin. Tachin is using rice with eggs and saffron. It's a bit on the oily side, but it's really, really yummy. And it's something that you could really make for your family and impress them with your cooking skills. And I'm here to guide you, and so don't freak out. I'm here, okay? And before I begin, I'm not a professional cook, so if I make some mistakes or things are a little bit unclear, I'm sorry, but you're always welcome to ask me any questions on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube itself, okay? So let's get started, guys. Come on over. Okay, so here we go. This is about 3 cups of the ungrained basmati rice, okay? And so as you can see, it has a bit of a fluffy texture now. Why? Because I did the thing called ubkesh, and I put it in hot boiling water. And if you want to know more information on that, go on my YouTube channel. It should be about the 2nd episode, and you'll learn how to do that and also how to cook it, okay? So I got my 3 cups of my ubkesh rice, okay? And next, what I'm going to do is, I already made this for you, but I just got my saffron here, and you can buy this at a Middle Eastern grocery stores. And I minced it into smaller pieces, okay? And Gabby's like, "Woo, what a smell!" in the background here. It smells really good. Saffron is a very strong smell, and as you can see, it's yellow orange. And I also use this in my 2nd episode when I showed you about the rice. It gives it a nice pretty color for presentation, okay? So I put about half a teaspoon, and I put some hot water in it. And what you want to do is that you want this rice to be yellow, okay? So don't freak out, okay? That's what you want. Now what I do is I put a little at a time. Okay, so what I might need is a little bit more water in here, because this isn't enough, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up first, okay? So you see, the rice is turning into the yellow-orange thanks to the saffron. And then you keep mixing, okay? And more of the rice is turning yellow and orange. And you see some of the water color is down here. You gotta make sure that you mix this very thoroughly, okay? And when you put the hot water with the saffron, make sure that you don't put too much water, because then when you pour it in the rice, it's going to be way too watery, and so you don't want that either. So again, just pour the saffron water in here little by little, and you'll see, okay, see, I still have some of my rice is still white, so that we don't want, okay? So I'm gonna go and get some more water. Okay, so I added more water, and I added more saffron actually, so I'm just gonna give it a good mix, okay? And again, I'm gonna add a little bit, okay? And now this gives it a color on your over here on your table here. So just put it on a plate or something so that it doesn't stain anything, okay? Because I've made a boo-boo. That happened to me. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little more. Just gonna add it all. Okay. See what a pretty color, you guys. And when it's cooking, wow, your house is gonna smell fabulous. I feel like it's the smell of the saffron and the egg mixture in it. It just gives it such a hint. Beautiful hint of smell. Alright, so I think that's good enough. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, so it's mostly all yellow. Ta-da! Now you can make it a little bit more yellow if you'd like, if it makes a difference for you. Okay, but I'm just gonna stick it as that. Put that away. Okay, now next you're gonna add eggs, okay? For here, it's a lot of rice, so I'm gonna add 2 eggs to it, okay? I mean 4 eggs to it, okay? Oops, okay. And that goes there. There's 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right, so let's add this. Mix it really well so there's an egg yolk right there. There. Now, there's some more. I know we're dealing with a lot of rice here, so you gotta make sure that you got it all right. Now I'm making a big batch because I'm actually going to my sister-in-law's house tonight, and I promised her that I'm going to be making tachin. So she's having a couple of people over, so I just want to make sure that, you know, I have enough for everybody. And, you know, these are also fine to eat leftovers tomorrow. Just warm it up in like the microwave or the toaster oven, and it's equally delicious. And you can make this earlier during the day. You don't have to necessarily make it like 2 hours before. You can just make it, prep it, put it in the pot, and just let it sit. And then when you want to make it, you can cook it. Okay. I'm gonna add 1 more egg, so I'm gonna put 5 eggs to it. Now the eggs can vary because it depends on the size of the egg too. You know, this said it's, I believe it was extra large, they say. So now how do you know how much eggs? I'll show you. See, it has, you can see the egg mixture, you know, it's all mushy like, and so that's how you know you have enough. So I would say, you know, it won't hurt. So I basically put 5 eggs in about a 3 cup rice. Okay, so see, it has a little mushy texture now compared to what it was before. Okay, next, just have my little cheat sheet here because I don't want to forget any special ingredients. Okay, and so now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of my chicken consommé. You can find this at a Middle Eastern store market as well. Sprinkle that. That will give it a hint of flavor, okay? And then be careful of how much you put, of course, because it can, if you put too much, it can be salty, all right? And then I have 1 tablespoon, a little bit more, tablespoon and a half, I would say, of fresh lemon juice, okay? And you're gonna wanna put some salt, but how do you know if it has enough salt while you were doing the ubkesh? Because in the ubkesh, right, you also pour some salt in the hot water. So what I do is, I just take a little bit and get the taste of the salt. Not my salt going on in here. So I'm gonna put some salt in here, okay? And then lastly is I'm going to put a tablespoon or so of oil. Now I use grapeseed oil. You can use any other type of oil that you would like, that you use at home. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons, my bad. So 2 tablespoons of oil, okay? And that's it, you guys. Just mix this all again with the lemon juice and the salt and the chicken consommé, and make sure you add as much of this mix there. Okay, so it's very squishy, okay? You want it to be a little loose. Now, if it's not too loose and you know you're just not sure about it, so you can just add a little bit more water to it, okay? And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Okay.
Looks like mac and cheese.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah. So it's a little looser now, I would think, okay? And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my pot. I think this should be okay. Okay. Now this is where the oily part comes in, okay guys? So don't panic. So in here, I'm gonna put, right now I'm gonna put half a cup, and let's see how that looks like. It just depends on the size of your pot, okay? I'm gonna put another half up here. All right. So you're like, that's it? That's all the oil? Yeah, it's not that bad. The reason it looks like a lot when you wanna cook it is because when you put the rice in there, the oil like rises, and you'll see what I mean when I put it in here, okay? Just put a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, 2 cups. A cup is enough, you guys. So I'm gonna make it into layers, okay? So here we go. So you're just gonna layer it down. See, the oil is kind of rising as I put it in, and that's exactly what you want. You want the oil to cover all the edges of the rice. Why? Because when it cooks, that's how tachin looks like. It's going to be brown on the bottom and on the edges of the rice. And that makes it yummy, and it makes it look really cute. And that's what you want. You want a nice presentation of your tachin. Got it, Gabby? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Put a little bit more. Okay. So there's my first layer. It's kind of making a cake, okay? Now, what I have are my fried eggplants. I made these myself at home, okay? And I'm planning to show you, and hopefully in one of my episodes, maybe the next one, on how to make fried eggplant. It's really easy, okay? And you can put it in the freezer, and when you want it, just take it out, defrost it, and use it. I made other things with it, such as my chicken parmesan that I posted on my Instagram, and I'm going to be posting it on my Instagram and Facebook page. So I'm working on different ideas for you guys, okay, using the eggplants, okay? Also, besides eggplants, the traditional way would be putting chicken, and you can just put plain cooked chicken pieces and just put them flat on the layer, and how I'm going to do the eggplant. Also, with the rice mixture, you can also add like 1 or 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt in it. That's also another traditional way that people do it. So they mix the yogurt and the chicken together in one little in a tachin. So that's another way to do it as well. But I'm not doing that. I'm not putting the yogurt, I'm not putting the chicken. My favorite actually is the eggplant. So I wanted to show you guys my favorite. Okay? So come on over this way again. All right. So I'm just gonna get my eggplant here. Now you can put more eggplant, you know, like more layers, but right now I only got these 2 available, okay? So, okay, so you do that, and just quickly wipe my hand. Oh, it's a bit oily. Okay. All right, I'm back. So now you put your eggplant, again, you can put more, whatever you want, okay? And you put your other layer on top. You know, you don't want the layer to be thick because you want it to fully cook, and you want the oil that you put on the bottom to get to it. Again, remember, you want it to be nice and brown and crispy on all sides. Okay. So I still have room in my pot, which is perfect. Okay. I hope you guys are liking this. Okay, and honestly, you guys, I have nothing to hide. I made this like 2-3 times for my family, so that I can make sure I'm doing this right, feeling confident, and then I wanted to present it to you guys, make sure you know, the taste and everything is accurate. And so, you know, same thing with you guys. If you guys aren't feeling comfortable with making this the first try and presenting it to someone, that's okay. You can just make it for yourself or your family members, and you know, they can tell you, hey, yes, it's good, hey, make some changes, and then maybe the second try, you got it down. Okay, guys? So, ta-da! This is your tachin. And so, see, Gabby, come a little closer for me. If you can see the shine, that's the oil, okay? And that's what you want, okay? And when it's on the stove, you want it to be sizzling around it, okay? Now you gotta keep your eye on it, so you don't want it to be burning. So come on over here, okay? And you're gonna just cook it like regular rice, okay? You're gonna set it on high. Now you can use a smaller stove, you can use the smaller ones, okay? And set it on high. When it's bubbling, lower the temperature, but just make sure the oil is still sizzling, okay? And it takes about an hour and a half for it to be ready. And you're gonna see around the edges, it's going to be brown, okay? And that's what you want. Now, if one corner of the edge isn't as brown as this one, no big deal. Maybe for some reason, the way the heat is, the fire is coming out, you can turn it around and let this part that's not too burned up brown, put it on the other side, and hopefully within another 5-10 minutes it'll brown up that way, okay? So, and then just like I said, when it's bubbling and everything, just lower the temperature to like a level 2 or a low, and just let it do its thing, especially if you're not in a rush. But it does take about an hour and a half for it to be ready to go. Okay guys, so I'll be back. Okay guys, so hasn't been an hour and a half, but I wanted to show you that you see how it's sizzling. Let's see if I can turn on the light there. You see how it's sizzling around the edges? That's exactly what you want, okay? So you're just gonna let it sizzle, okay? And you're just gonna keep your eye on it. See if it's getting brown or not, okay? If it's not, just turn up the heat a little bit more and just keep your eye on it, okay? Again, it's supposed to take about an hour and a half for it to fully cook, and everything will be nice and brown, okay? And now, while this is going on, okay, while that's going on, I wanted to show you what we normally decorate it, okay? What do I mean by decorating? We use dried cranberries, okay? And I have barberry, okay? And in Farsi, it's called zeresht, okay? Now, see, it has a lot of, stuff like unwanted things, okay? So you gotta make sure that you clean this thoroughly, and sometimes it can have rocks in it too, okay? Now, you can use more dried cranberries. You cannot even put this at all. You can put just the barberry instead, whatever you want, okay? But this is the way that I learned it, and I believe it's more of the traditional way, okay? Now, I'm gonna just put some more of this. Okay, and you're gonna rinse it off, okay? See, I'm trying to get some of the junk out that it won't come out through these holes here, okay? Make sure you get them off, because that won't look nice when they eat it, right guys? Okay, so I'm gonna keep cleaning this. It's all nice and clean. Alright. Gabby, do you see anything else? I think you got it off.
Right there.
Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Alright guys, so I think we're good on that stuff. Okay. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied. Okay. So now, this here, come on this way. It doesn't take long, okay? You can just do this quickly before you even serve it, or you can do this beforehand and just maybe quickly warm it up or whatever and just put it on top, okay? So I got a little oil, not a lot, okay? I would say maybe like 2 tablespoons, okay? And you're gonna let it warm up a little bit, okay? And just making sure I got everything here. Okay. So now you just simply add that inside, okay? And you just, it doesn't even require a lot of in here cooking wise. You just want it to be a little bit softer. One time I made it and I kind of burned it. So just keep your eye on it, maybe put on a lower temperature, okay? And when you do that, you're gonna add some sugar to it, okay? Yes, sugar, just a little bit, you guys, don't panic, okay? And, the sugar will melt, and you can mix it up with this, okay? So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna lower the temperature, the heat. And you know, about like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, it should be ready to go. But again, keep your eye on it so it doesn't burn like I did, okay? So I'll be back in a sec. Okay guys, so it's been like, I think 5 minutes. I just kept my eye on it because I don't want to burn it. And you just hear a little sizzling, that's fine. Just keep your eye on it. So you see the color changed. It's a little bit more shiny, a little bit more glossy, okay? And it's, you know, it's you'll see, it's different, and that's exactly what you want. Gabby, do you see to notice the difference?
Yeah.
That one, before it was a little bit dried, right? Because it dried. This one's a little bit more glossier and because of the oil and the sugar that you added. So that's exactly what you want, okay? And again, be careful, put it on low heat, and just keep your eye on it, okay? Again, not more than 5 minutes, okie dokie? So this is all set. You can just sit back and relax, wait for about an hour or so until your Tachin is nice and brown, okay? And then I'll show you how it looks like at the end. Okay guys, so I made a smaller batch earlier this morning, okay? And I just wanted to save some time, okay guys? But I did exactly the same thing, I promise, okay? So come on over. And again, Gabby, can you please take a good closer look at the edges there? So you see guys, it got a little brown texture, okay? And I'm just gonna flip it over, ta-da, okay? And usually it's best to, you know, make it and put it on the table, okay? Or if you're taking it to a friend's house, try to make it and then quickly take it to your friend's house, and hopefully within 20 to 30 minutes you guys will serve it. Now, you see how the color is like this? It's because I made it earlier today, and that's why the color is like that. But don't trip, okay? So now you can decorate this any way you'd like, okay? Now, like the one I made, the bigger one, you can make it into rows, you can decorate it into columns, you can sprinkle some around, or you can just make it plain and simple, put it in the center. It's your dish, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it up for you guys so that you guys can get a better look on the inside, okay? See, beautiful, nice and cooked, okay? So I'm gonna cut it up a little bit more. There's the eggplant right in the middle since you did your layering, okay? And there's the rice, and you can see the egg in it, okay? And that's exactly what you want. It's fully cooked. And look at the inside here. Gabby, can you get the inside in here? It's like a cake. It's really cute. And again, you can put chicken in it instead of an eggplant. You can mix the rice with yogurt instead. It's totally your decision, okay? And voila, you guys just made Tachin. And again, if there's any questions, just ask away. I made this a couple of times until I got it like this, okay? And the eggplant, I plan to show you guys how to make it soon. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. I need more viewers, and it would really mean a lot to me if you could tell everybody, your friends and family, to be supportive for me, okay? And also please don't forget to look at my niece's Gabby Shirazi on her YouTube channel, and make sure you like and subscribe her as well. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.